YouTube family. So I got this cool pod that I want to show you guys. This one is called Canvas, and it basically allows you to add these cool animations to your program without that much code. So super useful and super easy. So let's get started. So you'll see here I'm at the Xcode main page. I'm going to create a new Xcode project right here. I'm going to name mine, first of all, make sure it's a single view app, just next, and then I'm going to name mine Canvas Animation. I'm going to save it to my desktop is fine. So we're going to create that, and we're going to get the very default stuff. So we're just going to switch this. So basically, most of this is going to take place in the storyboard, which is pretty nice. I'm a visual person myself, so it's really nice to be able to see what exactly is going on, which is honestly one of the things that drove me towards iOS development. So we're going to drag on a view right here, and basically Canvas works exclusively on the views. So whenever you're going to have an animation, you're going to have a view. So for example, let's say we have a button, right, that we want to animate at the very, that just kind of slides in at the very bottom. So let's drag on this button onto this view. And so basically anything on this view will get animated. So if I put on a label, if I put on whatever, it will get animated the same exact way as the button. So I'm going to shorten this down a little bit. Make the button a bit bigger. Cool. And just drag that down. Again, we're not going to worry too much about constraints. Let's just get the animation down. So now that that's done, we're going to create a pod file and install the pod we need. Now the pod we need today is called Canvas, and if you've already created a pod file before, or if you watched any of my other videos, now would be a good time to like almost just try to race me and see how fast you can do this. I usually can create like a pod file and install a couple pods in about 5 minutes. So if you guys get anywhere around that time, that you're in pretty good shape. So for new beginners, like I'll show you step by step what to do right now. So you're gonna want to click on the main project, which is this blue page right here. You're gonna right click it, and you're gonna say new file. You're gonna scroll all the way down to empty. Click next. Now this is important. Make sure you call it exactly pod file, spelled exactly that way. We're going to create that. Cool. You'll see a blank page, and we're going to type target, the name of our project. So in this case, we called it Canvas Animation. We're going to say do, use frameworks. And then we're going to type in the pods we actually need. So we need pod canvas. And then we're going to end. So now that we saved it, and make sure you command save because that's super important, we're going to go into terminal. And then we're going to navigate into our project directory. So animation. Cool. And then if you did everything right, you should see a pod file pop up. And if that's good, all we have to do now is type pod install and let it do its thing. I had decided I'm going to do a complete terminal Unix Linux tutorial, so you guys can look forward to that. So you see installing Canvas 0.1.2. And then it says please close any current projects and use the XC workspace instead. So we're going to exit out of that and then open up the new file that just got created with the extension XC workspace. That's it, guys. You just integrated your first pod file. So you'll see that the project's basically the same. There is a new section right here called pods that is now installed. So now that that's done, we can finally start animating. So we're going to go back into our storyboard. We're going to click on the view we had originally drawn on the controller, and then we're going to go into here and assign a custom class. And the class is called CS Animation View, and it should pop up if you did everything right. So we're just going to press enter, and that should link up, and you should see now in here that it says Animation View. Cool. So now that that's done, the very last thing we need to do is specify a couple of properties for the animation. And this is done in the user defined runtime attributes. And so that's found right here. And so we're going to add 3 different attributes, or 3 different key paths. The names are going to be type, duration, and delay. And make sure you guys type exactly how that's spelled, and capitalization is also important. Type is going to be a string, duration is going to be a number, and delay is going to be a number. So right off the bat, duration and delay are pretty straightforward. Let's just set the delay to 1 second, so we'll wait 1 second before actually animating. And let's set the duration to 2 seconds so we can definitely see what's going on. So now for type, we want to navigate to the actual Canvas website, which I'll link down below. And the website's at canvaspod.io, so you guys can just navigate there. Makes you see, oh, animating Xcode without code, cool. And then you'll see here all the different animations. So you'll see like they have a ton. Like I was saying before though, like I'm trying to look for like kind of like the button sliding in. That would look nice. So I'm thinking maybe either bounce left or slide left. I'm feeling slide left, so let's go slide left. So once you guys decide on whatever animation you want, let's go back into Xcode. And now we're going to click pods right here. We're going to click pods canvas, and then CS animation this .h, which is this header file right here. From here, you should be able to see all the different types of animations and their type and their string type. So basically, I said slide left. That's the animation I chose. So I'm just going to copy this right here, then go back to my storyboard, and then paste that into type. And then again, double check to make sure that all your data types are correct. String, number, number. So now that that's done, we can test this out, and ideally the button should slide in from the left at the very bottom. And there you have it. 1 second delay, and it slides in very nicely from the bottom. So that's easy animation for you guys with very limited code. If you haven't, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.